Sweet.
All right. Welcome.
Oh yeah. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us, actually. We pull those people's houses. This is great.
Appreciate it.
Can we dive into the... do we have the backyard in the frame? Wow,
Yeah.
this is a sick-ass fucking... Very tranquil. Very
My
peaceful.
dad's a very peaceful man when it comes to his little Zen garden action.
This is hot, dude. Great way to spend a Saturday morning.
Hell
So
yeah,
Go
man.
ahead and introduce yourselves.
So my name is JD, and this is my best friend Austin.
What's up? I'm Austin.
We're Goodell. We make a little bit of everything within house music. We're still trying to find our sound a little bit, but we like experimenting a lot.
For sure.
Big on experimentation.
So I'll ask you two questions. How long have you two been, I guess, like a duo, and then how long have you guys been doing music like separately, and how did that work?
So our project started March 18th, actually, so about 5 months old yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're very new. We actually hit 400 followers on our Instagram account. I mean, like, so yeah, exactly. Like, it's all small victories at the end of the day, so it's beautiful.
Stepping stones.
But you want to talk about you have a much longer musical history than I do.
For me, I did a lot of music production and mixing vocals for a while. A lot of experience with that, and then I grew up playing guitar at a really young age. I was like 6 years old. And I've had experience like playing music in like jazz clubs and such for different bands. And then getting into the mixing vocals aspect of that for about 2 years. So I have a very strong background in that. And then when we started our project, it just kind of like was smooth sailing from there. Yeah.
So me musically is a little different because I feel like I just have music in my blood. My grandfather's actually in the Georgia Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
Do you know the Electric Cowboy in Kennesaw?
Yeah.
So like they grew up like selling that place like back when it was like Soul Train era. Like
Holy
they used to play
shit.
there all the time, sell it out. When my uncle passed away in 2018, they had his memorial service there. They had 3,500 people there
Whoa.
inside the Electric Cowboy. It was just crazy.
That
It's
is
like insane the like influence that they had. So it was like music was always one of those things I was super interested in, but
Yeah.
it was not really something that I feasibly and just like had the support to kind of push. So I was sports as a child. I played 2 years of college lacrosse for a little while, and I'm actually affiliated with the Philippines national lacrosse team. So
Whoa.
I got pretty high up in that sport, and then I transferred to Georgia Southern because I pay my own tuition. So it was just like state school, private school, out of state. You know, it
Facts.
just made so much more sense. And then I got a mixer for like a DDJ 200 for Christmas, like the Christmas prior.
Yeah.
Just spun in my room every day. Lived with some random fraternity brothers that I got for roommates, and they were like, "Hey man, you want to play our party?" And dude, just like looking up while you're just mid mix and just seeing how happy it made people, like the
Yeah.
smiles, the joy, like the dancing, is just beautiful, and it just like it gives you that rush, you know, like.
Yeah.
I love one time my stepdad actually told me that this quote, like this direct quote that he said just like stuck with me my entire life, is just like music's beautiful because it can make like the hairs on the back of your neck stand up and like feel everything, and that's what I like. That's what really draws me into everything musically. So seeing the joy that it can bring people is beautiful.
That's dope. Now, why house music for both of you? Like, what gravitated you towards it rather than like bass
Rhythm.
music, drum and
Rhythm.
bass, rhythm?
I love things when like it's just like a constant little rhythm. But it's also like after a while it does get a little repetitive. So I do like to throw in little, like, we do enjoy the idea of genre bending like little bass elements into there. So like a big thing that we're trying to do production wise is find this little middle ground of really harsh basses that you find in bass music, but also give it that rhythm and the feeling that house music has, where it's very like feel good and upbeat.
Okay.
Yeah, have like bringing the melodies together that is like in house music, and kind of trying to figure out a way on how to mix that in with your like deep darker basses in bass house.
For sure.
And just the overall like groove the house music gives you, that like kind of that makes your body just want to move and such like that. A big influence for me when I was producing was Kenny Beats,
Wow.
who did a lot. He's like big in hip hop, but all of his stuff is super groovy. You know, it makes you want to move and such like that. So he was a big inspiration for me, and like am making my music and starting out. So
Mhm.
I always have his stuff in the back of my head when I'm making the groove of a beat and making the bass line groovy.
For sure. And I was
Yeah.
just about to ask you, like, what were you guys outside of EDM and inside of EDM? What have you guys been listening to in like the last like 7 years? Because
Dude,
You
I
can start that off.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm a big jam band guy.
okay,
I love jam bands,
Big
man.
smiles to the jam band.
Oh, dude, they're so much fun. I've seen so I've been to 5 Dead and Company shows since 2019.
Okay.
I actually went to 3 of their final tour shows. And I actually snuck into the Atlanta one.
Whoa.
It was it was one of the
Allegedly.
craziest experiences of my life. And then this past April I went to Billy Strings and luckily snuck into Pit there too. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just like you bring good energy places, you put good into the world gives it right back,
And you just
and
get
I'm
right
lucky
in.
to get into some good spots, man. But I love jam bands. So I went to Forbidden Kingdom in June also. I honestly I mean, everyone listened to Skrillex in like 5th grade, and what was that, 2013, 14 when
Yeah.
Bangarang came out?
Yeah. How old are you guys?
22.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, but hey, I will say, I vividly remember when MTV played music.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
See, like,
We're getting
I know
somewhere.
this stuff.
Common middle
Yeah.
ground. All right.
So like,
cool.
have you ever heard of the group Years and Years? I think it's a two-person band.
Maybe.
I found them on MTV.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They played Shine on MTV. The music, and I was like, I've known that like literally since 2013. But I was I do have my, like, I have some nostalgia there to where I had my eye open. I had older brothers biologically, so so it was just like they did a lot instilling into me. One's 7 years older than me, so I saw like all of
Yeah.
a lot of 90s things.
That's important. That's
Oh yeah,
definitely
I like the idea of being cultured.
Yeah, you got to be, honestly, especially as a DJ, producer, artist. Like, you got to know where you come from. So,
Yeah.
what about you?
For me, it's like honestly pretty similar. I grew up going to see like Fish shows. They're another jam band.
Yeah.
And like Mo, my dad got me into it at a really young age. Like my first show, I was like 6, and it was like seeing Fish in like New Orleans or something with like my brother, and he would always take us to shows like all the time. He would take us to like the Shaky Knees Music Festival, and then a little darker side, like I love listening to like Tool, Black River Motorcycle Club, if you know who that is. That kind of genre is really nice, and then just like your classic rock, like Smashing Pumpkins, love them. The Chili Peppers are great. Glass Animals is awesome. The groove of like the band Jungle, they're super good too.
Yeah.
So a lot of those elements, and just it's like all comes down to the groove, like how you're feeling when you're listening to it.
That's facts.
And good music's good music, like no matter the genre.
That is true.
Y'all
So-
ever been in a hyper pop groove before?
What?
Do you know what hyper pop is?
I've heard of it.
Like the Midwest, like emo, like very melodic emo music.
Like Midwest.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, honestly. I got into a really big stage of that probably about a year ago, where like it was all I listened to.
Holy shit.
I enjoyed it. Like there's the Underscores is like a, I don't know if they're like boy bands, like emo boy. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Pop Tropica Sluts
Okay.
is when they're a lot like 21 Pilots. Like it's just 2 guys, but they're pretty good. They've played like the Eastern here before, but I just like their name when I first saw them,
Yeah.
because it just it's the whole nostalgia aspect of things. Like Pop Tropica is like,
Yeah.
oh hell yeah. But,
Wow.
yeah, they're fun. Like I don't know. I just like I like all music really.
Yeah.
You know, if I hear something, I'm like, this is pretty good. Like do you listen to Dominic Fike at all?
Nah.
He just released this new album, and he was like afraid to put this certain song on there. That's my favorite song on that album. It's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, and a lot of people are like, this shit sucks, and you're just like,
Wait, is he the guy
Teach his
from?
Euphoria. Do what?
Oh, that's Cosmo Pike.
Cosmo Pike is sick.
He is also
He's
sick. But Dominic Fike is from
Euphoria.
Euphoria. Okay, I knew it sounded familiar.
Dude, I've only seen the last episode of Euphoria.
Really.
I was like, it was while I was still playing college lacrosse, and I was It was just like a Friday night or something, and I was over at one of our team houses, and when my roommate, like my teammates, was watching it, and I was just sitting on his beanbag watching the entire thing with him. I had no idea what was going on.
That's crazy. So let me ask you this. So you guys have like a lot of like history in like mentioned a lot of like jam bands. These are this whole genre of music and like the rock side of things that like has roots that like predate like a lot of just us and just has such a rich history, right? So how do you take that experience but translate it into like the college kind of like young flirty 20s? Like how do you go from like listening to jam bands to like spinning house and like making like just younger people feel like
Well, I
cool?
mean, like, a big thing is in Statesboro, it's harder for us to play house itself.
All right, we're getting
Like
to
we
it.
only have about 5 bars down there, and they're all like top for it. It's not a very musically inclined repertoire of people.
Yeah.
So like it's not like in Athens that has like they've had you can name what B-52s, Widespread Panic. There's 10 other bands that have gotten really big in Athens. So it's like they're open to a lot more than our tiny little town in the South is, you
Yeah.
know. But I will say it's it helps that we are still young, you know. Like
Yeah.
we have an ear for music. We know what sounds good and what we like to do and what we're comfortable doing. So it makes it a lot easier. And a lot of it's just energy.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like a lot of DJs in states where they don't look like they're having fun, you know, like they're just eyes down at the
there.
board. And that's why I love that we're a duo versus just like, even like when it was just me, it was nice, but it wasn't like the same, you know. Now it's both of us, and no matter what, we're having more fun than anybody else is.
Facts.
Because we're getting a check, we get to drink for free, and we're having fun with our friends. Like, it's literally the most amazing job on this planet.
And I'll say to what you were talking about with jam bands and DJing is I kind of look at it a lot like if you've ever been to like a like Grateful Dead show or Fish show or something like that, it's constant, you know. They don't stop. Like they'll play like a 20-minute song and you're just like locked into it, like you're just going, which is very similar to like a lot of like house DJ sets where it doesn't stop. Like they're just keeping the groove going along, you're flowing with it, you're more in like a flow state. So they have a lot of similarities in between each other with that.
That's dope. I didn't actually even think about that.
So, like, with jam bands, like I've been to like Widespread Panic. I've been to a few jam shows. So like the big one that sticks out to me is the Dead and Company. It's just like when you're in that kind of crowd, it just feels like one big organism. You know, and like I went to EDC this past year by myself. All my friends canceled. It was my first festival, but I was like, I already have my ticket. I'm gonna go.
Right.
You know, I'd rather have the experience than miss out on it entirely because I was scared.
Yeah.
You know, it's all I like stories when I'm older.
For sure.
But like you could just tell that it's not necessarily the same in that kind of crowd versus like something like that. I don't know. It's especially like house crowds. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of house crowds.
Yeah.
They're like it seems very like a lot of people, it's their first EDM that they get into is house music, and so like I'm not upset about that. But when you go to shows, especially at District, sometimes someone just like gets all up in your like just pushes you out of the way. You're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like we could be nice about this.
For sure. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just listening.
Oh. What are some of like the, I guess, like do's and don'ts or like pet peeves now that you guys are like kind of fully in it? Like obviously you guys have a long history of going to shows and being part of the crowd, but like what are some of the things you're picking up on from the other side of the booth?
I got some for sure.
Go for it. Let me think.
He's ready. He's like, I've been waiting.
Yeah, no, definitely the it's like it's late nights, you know, like you're staying up very late at night. It's like a whole different Yeah, in Atlanta, people partied late there,
Like in
6,
Statesboro,
7, 8 in the morning.
in
Like,
Statesboro, like
you
the
go
bars
all
open
night.
at 8, so people are out at 8 till like 2 a.m. and then they go home.
yeah,
So like here, there's afters, there's
Yeah.
afters, there's everything. Man.
I'm gonna go to Statesboro, dude. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
2 o'clock rolls around. I'm like, all right, let's.
yeah.
Yeah, let's
Fuck. But no, you're
get a
right.
roll on things.
It gets Any like crazy? Do you guys get like requests and stuff, or
Oh,
like?
dude,
How...
especially in
Yeah.
Statesboro, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, some of the requests we've seen.
what are the requests?
speak for that.
bro.
But these are wild.
Dude, no, this dude threatened to throw water across my board because he wanted Higher by Creed and he was just hammered, dude. And dude, there's nobody in this. There's literally nobody in this bar. It's just the bartenders, him, and like one of his friends. And he comes up and he's like, can I get Higher by Creed? I was like, yeah, man, I'll try and work it in. Like, I'll like being nice about it, like and then 10 minutes pass. He's like, you haven't played Higher by Creed yet.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, dude, I was like, it'll come soon. I was like, just give me. He's like, what if I threw this across your board? And I'd be like, whoa.
There'd definitely be no Higher
Yeah,
by
I'd be like,
Creed.
yeah, there'd be no Higher by Creed. Probably have to pay me a lot of money. And I'm probably gonna get one of the bouncers to do something because
Yeah.
I'm tiny.
That's crazy.
It was I was just so out of it. Like I just went to them. I was like, come on, man, you gotta get this guy out of
For
here.
sure.
It was weird.
When we were playing that fraternity party, someone threw the.
Oh my god,
like,
dude!
board
People
games?
just love hitting me with things, I guess.
What?
So we played.
You know what a borg is? Like it's like a
So
water gallon.
yeah, it's like a gallon
You
of water.
put
You
alcohol in
you
it.
dump out like half of it, and then you put like a handle of liquor in there, like vodka, and you put a bottle of like an entire thing of Mio in there and shake it up.
Whoa.
You
It's
just
called-
drink
yeah.
it throughout the day for like a party.
Yeah.
This guy, while we were
It's
DJing
half
up on
full.
stage, he just takes it and just chucks it up on the stage and he goes flying all
Nails
over
me
everybody.
right in the shoulder, right here.
Oh.
It just like hits the ground.
So
Jeez.
And I just like I stop everything and I just get up on the sub. We had 2 fat ass subs. I just get up on it. I'm just like, give me your shirt right now. I took his shirt, dude. Oh, it's so
is that
funny.
is that common practice? Somebody wrecks your shirt, you gotta.
I feel like it should be.
Yeah.
Especially at a party. Like that's rude.
Give
I
me
feel like
your
that's
shirt.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna use
Like if you
that.
decided to do something like that.
Yeah. Did you get a shirt? Somebody threw up on you at a.
Yeah, someone threw up on me at Cuckoo last week, and my buddy, I have a bunch of friends that work there, and he was a bar backing, and he comes up and he's like, "Can I do anything for you, man?" Because like,
a shirt would be nice.
and I was like, "Dude," he's like, "Do you need a shirt?" And I was like, "Oh my god, that would be phenomenal." And then he took it, he took mine that had throw up on it, and then he went and washed it for me, dude. What a
Wow.
great dude.
Yeah.
If you ever go to Cuckoo Room, Jordan Davenport is the man.
That's awesome. Dude.
Great dude. Shout out to Jeff too, the owner. He let us go up and use the bathrooms at Veranda after we got thrown up on. It was me, him, our buddy Anthony also goes by Faded Panda, and one of his friends. And dude, like, he got he hit the what would that be? Not the trifecta. What's one after that? I don't know, man.
Quadfecta.
Yeah, the quadfecta. Yeah, the quad feed, man.
Quad feed.
It was crazy.
Wow. Collecting shirts. So, how do you guys collect music after you guys get the round of shirts in?
It's like our whole text messages, like he was
Yeah.
talking about, it's literally just like a discussion board.
It's all discussion boards about like different songs that we could edit, different songs that we could
play.
like in live
influence.
sets, like song ideas. Like there's literally, it'll be like 8 in the morning and I woke up just like, this sounds like this would be a cool song to make. And I just send him the entire like idea board for it, like 5 texts in a row. And it's like maybe like a couple sentences, but it's still just like an entire idea for a song.
Yeah.
Because I want to start getting into like, do you know who ERO 808 is?
Euro. That sounds familiar.
He
Euro 808.
he's sick. He makes more bass house stuff.
Okay.
But he uses his own voice in everything he does.
Whoa.
He's really cool.
That's dope.
He's really fucking cool. And so I wanna start being able to do that. I wanna
Yeah.
start using our voice and things. Like Jackie Hollander on her new song, All My Friends Are Hot, she uses her own voice, and this new song that she has coming out in Realm. So I like the idea. It adds more of an artistic flair to it, because then it's like you're having to manipulate your own voice. And I know how hard like using your own voice and things is, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is. But you can tell more of a story.
Exactly,
especially when
exactly.
When you're being like a true artist and starting to write your songs.
Yeah.
Like following along with the story and where you want it to take it and what people should like expect when they're listening to it.
Facts.
That has a lot of meaning behind it.
Absolutely. And then what do you guys look for in music when you're adding it like to your USB, like if you're going to a gig? You guys have a gig today, right? In like
But
40 minutes.
Yeah. But I think it depends on really the set and like what we're going for. A lot of it has to I like a lot of it having to do with the venue that we play.
Oh, okay.
So our first like ticketed house show we had in Atlanta, it was at Bar Diver. And
Okay.
have you been to Bar Diver before?
No.
Dude, really, really sick like upstairs venue, and it has like flowers coming out. It has a lot of like a Miami like flair to it, but it has these Japanese murals. It's like a Japanese fusion bar or something like that. It's really cool, really cool spot, and it was and we were the opener for it, so it was like that mixed with the entire atmosphere of what the show was. That plays a big role in when we're making sets, and we went for a very like, but we also don't like sticking to one specific subgenre within house music. So it's like a lot of within that set, it was a lot of like disco house into tech house, back into disco house, like bouncing around to a bunch of places. And then we love like Pazza, Mochok, people like that do a lot of more like experimental stuff. So it's like I love the idea of being a little weird with everything you do, because it lets you be creative and lets you be yourself doing everything. 'Cause I was a weird kid growing up, man. Like I never really had a friend group, you just kind of bounced around. Like everyone knew who I was, but I didn't really hang out with a specific group of people. So
Facts.
now now it's paying off,
Finally. What about you?
Yeah, I'd say it's it's pretty similar. Like he was saying, Pasa is someone that like we love right now. Like we've been getting into recently, doing a deep dive into his discography and such. But yeah, I will say it's all just like the feeling, that something will give and where it can take you. If you're starting from song A and ending at song D or whatever, like the progression and how that leads up into the point.
Right.
And that's what can really make you a great DJ as well, giving that story throughout your set and the feeling that it can bring someone.
Right.
I don't like I personally I don't like cutting songs like halfway through. Like I like letting them play all the way through. I think it's just fun. Like that was a big thing that I tried to do with that set specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love really being the mixing part of it. The blending. I love long blends where it's like I'm just changing bass lines like halfway through, or like I'm just changing my my top lead and things like that. So
yeah, a lot of people like didn't even know. They were like, I couldn't even tell when
like
the next song was.
Yeah, a bunch of our friends were like trying to Shazam stuff because it was like that set had a lot of like I also
like
just don't like playing. Yeah, I hate playing just like very mainstream house. I like I'll play mainstream artists, but I'll play like something deep that they've made, or like something older, like for example like Pause and stuff like that. Like big one that I like to pull out is Roleplay.
Okay.
Or like Too Cool to Be Careless is a beautiful song. I love that bass line in that song, but like I'd rather pull out something older, like Express Yourself, the Diplo but Mochok remix. Like stuff like that it's like you don't really know who it is, but like the song, you know what I mean? Or he has this one Mochok has one called Buttercup it's like I think Shooting Stars. Is that the edit it's from?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
I think it's like a Shooting Stars edit, but it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
That's one that like there's few house songs in Statesboro that hit every single time. That's one of them.
Okay.
That is one of them. It's like that. Obviously, Heads Will Roll. Nothing beats Heads Will Roll.
Yeah.
We're gonna test that. We found this Hood Politics. Their remixes just released an edit of No Hands. So we're gonna see how that plays out in Statesboro.
That should hit.
Yeah,
That should
we'll probably play it tonight at Veranda. We'll see. We'll see.
What So where do you guys, I guess, like plan to kind of take everything? Is there like a roadmap or any sort of like play-by-play where you guys want to go with it?
Really
as a duo or as a
Definitely a duo. I don't know. Doing the whole solo thing was cool, but it's just like you have someone that's always gonna keep you accountable. We're both super just ambitious people, so it's like once we hit the summer during the school year and everything like that, since we're still in school and I coach lacrosse, I do so much. I live like 3 different lives, man, and like I'm having to take a step back from that whole thing because you feel like once you start spreading yourself out across multiple different things, and you kind of like aren't giving everything that you want to a specific area. So big thing for me. I kind of lost my train of thought.
Yeah. Well, you kind of said it. Just staying ambitious, staying grinding, holding each other accountable.
Yeah, the
That's
accountability
important.
factor of like he started cooking up some insane songs because he knows he's way more in touch with the production side than I am. So it's like, all right, now I really got to pick up this mixing side and make sure we're both hitting everything that we need to. So we're just elevating heavily. So hopefully when we get back to Statesboro, it'll be very it won't be a competition anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will say like the way we work and like bounce stuff off of each other, it just like works very well on how we see things, especially like in regards to music, and just like both being very ambitious people, we're both like pushing each other, and that helps a lot, and just like going through this journey, like having someone else that like you can count on and be able to push you at the same time is very nice, and it like helps keep your head on straight and like make sure you know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
I had a big issue when I was playing solo that I would have a little too much to drink sometimes in Statesboro. So it is very nice now that like if he sees me getting a little rowdy, he's like, "Hey man,
Faggots, slow it down.
calm down."
That's good. I was just about to ask like how I guess like the nuances of how you guys function as a duo, like is somebody in charge of like the fader, or like is somebody like doing the bass swaps?
It all
like,
bounces around, so
Yeah.
it's like we know the general idea of where we want to go with things, and so a lot of times I'm more in charge of like putting together the set. So it's a lot of like I'll do certain things within it for like how we're gonna transition to this song that works with 4 hands versus like it wouldn't work with 2, but it works really well with 4 because it's like because we can use our effects at the same time that we're fading out, the same time that we're EQing, and I can like one of us can loop, one of us can EQ, and one of us can still it's perfect. It honestly is just like it gives me the ability to not have to worry so much about certain things because that was something. I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist because a lot of times after a few drinks, I'm like, I know it sounds good and I'm just gonna stop worrying about it. But he does like sound work at the big bar, like the main bar in Statesboro. So
nice.
every place that we go in and play, he just fixes our sound.
Got to.
Literally every place. Like we weren't even playing Cuckoo, and they had this Parallax event with that. Have you ever heard of Domelo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. We met like we met Domelo. Like we were just talking to him, and he like makes eye contact with me, and he's clipping so bad, and I'm just like, dude, clipping, and he's like, dude, I can't hear what you're saying. Come up here. So like I run up there, and then he just runs up behind me like a good 2 minutes after. He's like, dude, it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
I helped him fix that. It sounded way better after. You're just about to blow those speakers.
But we did like we played in Savannah. We did that at a bar there. Like
I feel
every place we go, we just fixing sound.
that's a lot of like that's one of the few like nuances I feel like certain DJs, especially just starting out, they kind of overlook, but it's like they give you that control to like create the environment, and it's like it's up to you to really know what you're doing, because it's like you could have a banging set, fire transitions, you can be as technically sound as you know a professional, but if you're not conscious of like the the venue setup and like how that is going to react,
Absolutely.
all this fucking amps and watts and volts like going into the crowd, like
Absolutely.
they're gonna hate it.
Absolutely.
You're gonna suck,
No,
even
like,
though you did everything right.
Everyone at like a lot of the Statesboro DJs, they redline everywhere they go. It's just straight, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, dude, I just redline. I'm like, that's crazy. Like that is crazy.
I'll be in the booth.
And like it,
doing the lights and the DMX lights and everything for these DJs, and it'll be coming through our mixing board, and I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like I'm like doing so much compression and throwing your fucking mix up
Jeez.
but it's like.
I don't know.
Gotta charge them more.
But and especially
all
with
the
these,
work.
because a lot of it, like all of them are on. All of us in Statesboro, we're still on DDJs, so it's you don't really have as much leadway. Like you don't have as much on your board because with like XDJs, you have all the way up to 12 decibels.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you get up to 10 on like most DDJ controllers, and like once you get below probably like the Flex 6, it doesn't tell you what it just has the lights. So it's like it's a lot harder to gauge.
Yeah.
And we use an 800 right now, so we have a little bit more than the average, but definitely try to move over to an XCJ. I just don't like using a computer anymore.
Yeah.
It's uninviting, and that's a big thing about like that's also a big thing I like within a duo is I feel like it's more inviting, especially when you like go into place like people have even told us this, but it's also like
Yeah.
I always
very
have a nice little smile on my face, so it's like you just see me walking up and then him next, like we're just together and it's just like, hey guys.
Yeah.
That's fire. Wow. Well, I think we covered a good bit, and we're still making great time. I know you guys got some stuff. You gotta further your career, shows, the busy life of the weekends. You know, we're gonna get you to sign this giant key. But while you're signing it, I'm just gonna rattle off a few speed questions.
Hit his signature and then we'll just write Goodell on it.
So, what's you guys' favorite place to eat after a show?
Dude, in Atlanta,
What is it?
something. It's a cheesesteak place.
Is it Woody's?
Woody's, yeah,
Wow.
Woody's.
I know. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right across from
Park Tavern.
Yeah, Park Tavern
Park
and
Tavern.
then 30.
What's your been the favorite venue to play at so far?
Probably the Bar Diver one.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Bar Diver one was super cool. Because there was a ton of people we knew, and like everyone, it was on a Sunday night, but everyone there was just good vibes, like good stuff going on. That was a super cool place.
For sure.
So yeah.
Favorite DJ/production software? What are you guys rocking with? Serato, Rekordbox, Ableton, FL?
So DJ software, Rekordbox is what we use.
Okay.
I mean I've used Rekordbox since I started, and it's just like, why would I have to switch over? I've always been like I want to be a club DJ and I don't want to use a computer, so it's like I'm gonna use Rekordbox, so I'm so comfortable with that software that as soon as I plug in a USB, I'm good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then for us, FL Studio is our go-to.
For sure.
Comfortable in there. I've used Pro Tools and it's alright. I don't know. It's not my favorite to use. It's just the workflow that we work through in FL Studio. It just it makes it way easier to curate our sound, and doing with the rap background and everything. I've acquired a pretty like large amount of plugins that I use, a lot of wave stuff and like Fab Filter, stuff like that. So like I really don't need the stock plugins that Ableton gives you to achieve like the sound that we can get. So yeah. So.
Do you guys game at all?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not good at games.
Damn.
I game a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, like I played like I played like the FIFA, but I was not like I tried playing like Rocket League, not good at it, and I'm not good at like shooting games.
Damn.
Yeah.
I got really good at Fortnite when it was like when they botted everybody, dude. I was getting W's, man. I felt like a king.
That's crazy.
Dude, I have like a Minecraft world with my friends that we play right now. It's pretty sick. There's like 6 of us, and we got like a Discord that we play on. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to say to the people? Any upcoming shows, projects, or anything else you want the people to know?
Can we say it?
You can wait.
Nah, we'll wait on that one.
Yeah.
We
check out our SoundCloud.
Yeah, just check out our SoundCloud, really.
Yeah.
We'll have links below.
We just released a new mix the other day. It's a really good, like, feel-good, sing-along type thing. It's a good time. We're playing probably going to be playing a lot down south for a little while. We both have a year left in school, but after that, it's all gas, no brakes on this music thing.
Oh, yeah. What's your biggest flex right before we cut? What I want to hear it.
I think I'm an international athlete.
Wow, yeah, that's a great one.
I'm an international athlete.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you double jointed? Can you backflip? Like what?
Oh,
What are some
I've
like?
played guitar with James Brown's a guitar concert guitarist.
Whoa.
He's
sick.
like, dude, he's
Pretty cool.
impressive guitar player.
Okay.
We're
He's
hoping
like
that
playing
soon,
guitars.
like you know how Sophie Tucker does their whole thing with the like we're hoping to be able to do that soon.
That'd be hot.
It would be cool. It'd be cool as hell.
All right.
Yep.
Well, shout yourselves out one more time. And that's
We
about it.
are Goodell. My name is JD. This is my buddy Austin. And
Yep.
we hope y'all have a good day.